friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Morgan, Honeybee Stitcher. If you're new here, hi and welcome. This is my little corner of the Flosstube world where I chat all things cross stitch that is going on for me at the moment. Thank you for coming back if you are a returning viewer, and if you found me from my recent whip video or anything like that. I hope you stick around past this and like what you see. It's been a little over a month since, no, I think possibly smack on a month since my last update. So hi, happy new year everyone. It's been a pretty cruisy couple of weeks for us. We have had a bit on, but still also had some downtime, which has been wonderful. So it's been good to get some stitching in and just some chill time, even though Tim and I went back to work on the 3rd of January, which was so fun. But yeah, still being able to like enjoy weekends or some sun and sunshine and things like that. Today is a Friday. I have taken the day off. Yesterday was a public holiday in Australia if you chose to take it. And so I've given myself a 5-day weekend, as we do have a family function on tomorrow night, and family have come in from interstate. So I'm trying to get this done so that then I'm good to go for the rest of the evening with the family while no one is home and Tim's at work. So thought perfect opportunity to try and squeeze this in and say hello. It is also beautiful weather, so I've been trying to take up any chance I get to read in the sun. I can't seem to cross stitch in the sun. I tried to do it before and I lasted 5 minutes. So don't think it's a thing for me. But sitting outside and reading in the sun is quite wonderful in my backyard with Nala. So I've just been doing a mix of stitching and reading outside where I can, just to kind of get into the summer vibes. That's pretty much it that I'm gonna share on here. I have worked on 4 projects since, well, technically 5 projects, but one's back in the cupboard and I couldn't be bothered pulling it out because progress was minute. Talking about Golden Bees by Our Forest Embroidery, I finished part 5 of the Dark Queen of the Earth and I thought, great, I'll pop some stitches into something else, and I kind of thought that was where I was feeling. I pulled it out, I put it in the Q-snap, I had it all set up, and I think I just couldn't get it all right in the Q-snap and in my Lowry stand and all of that, that I just wasn't loving like actually stitching on it. It just wasn't calling to me. And I'm a stitch what you want when you want. Like I say I've got these plans or these things, but like at the end of the day, if it's not, if it's not sparking any joy, I'm not going to stitch it, because this is a fun hobby. It's something that I want to enjoy doing. I don't want to feel like I have to work on something. So popped it back in the cupboard and I pulled out Quaker Turtle. So I think the last time I spoke about this one was when I couldn't work out how to get the chart working in Pattern Keeper, because it was missing a page. I did manage to get a response from the wonderful people at ORTM or Quaker Fantasies, and they did have a PDF with the extra page. So it's now working in Pattern Keeper, which we love. So it's kind of now that I've got that set up and I've been working on it, like I've got this joy in stitching it, and it's all my favorite things. So I'll start there. Back on the Q-snap, so I'm sorry you can't see Mr. Turtle's head, but there's a fin and a fin up here, and that's kind of the neck, I'm gonna say. That is the middle motif, the big body motif. So since pulling this out, I have worked on this. I've done this whole motif and I've started the outline on, it's focusing me, on this big one here. So this is Quaker Turtle by ORTM or Quaker Fantasies on Instagram. I am stitching it on a 40 count linen in Sea Glass by number 12 Stitch Co. using M&M's Agave Nectar Floss, and I'm stitching it 1 strand of thread over 2 squares with the 40 count, and I'm really enjoying the coverage that gives. I do like a fuller coverage, so there is part of me that wants to, like, I know it would be too bulky. I think it would work with the silk, but yeah, I think it's most common that you stitch on 40 count with 1 strand. And just because it's not block stitching, I think it's still got enough density where it's not looking too gappy for me. I do not want to see like the fabric and stuff behind it in normal stitches. So I'm going to, for now, leave this one also on the Q-snap and rotate between this and another project until I finish the other one or the weekend kind of ends. I don't know how much more stitching I'm going to get for the rest of the weekend. I say weekend, I mean, it's not, but it is. But I'm hoping to, my next goal will be finishing at least this motif off. This is 61% complete according to Pattern Keeper. So from what I saw, there's 2 more motifs here, 1 here, and then 2 legs. So I think there's 5 and then a couple of little, like these sort of things to go. So I should be able to knock this out relatively quickly. So I'm going to try and keep it on the Q-snap where I can, and see if I can finish it off soon. Finally get a finish for 2023. So that's an Agnes Little Minders needle minder, and this is a newbie. This is from, can you see it? I think so. Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It is a new needle minder. I got a bunch of them. I don't think this guy has a name. I think it's just a magnetic needle minder in a turtle. But totally love his vibes. And I will say, I think I've said it before, but Caterpillar Cross Stitch needle minders would have to genuinely be my favorite needle minders. They are the most magnetic, almost too strong if they stick to each other, but like the quality is beautiful and the finishes on them are beautiful, and they are the most practical and magnetized needle minders that I use. So they're my favorite. I do have a few more that I'll share a little bit later as well, but that's that one. Then I think in my last video with the whip parade, I had intentions of like trying to finish this one before the year, and that very clearly didn't happen. I just twisted my needle, the thread. I am talking about Luna Mystica, and I have actually gotten a fair way since my last video. So this is Luna Mystica by Bella Filipina. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lavender's Blue linen from Color Cascade Fabrics. Last time I showed this, I hadn't done any of this section, so the rest of this moon bit is new. Since I last showed it, I had like these grand plans that I was going to finish off like the whole thing. I mean, this whole thing is beading. I think there's like 2 packets worth of beads just in the tail alone, not including all of this. I had grand plans to think that I would finish it. It clearly hasn't happened, and turns out it's because I also don't have like 99% of the beads. So I have ordered them. Ozpost is showing that it should have arrived by today, but the latest update was last week, so it'll probably arrive sometime next week. So I'm going to work on, like I said, Quaker turtles and everything like until the rest of the weekend, and then hopefully they arrive next week, and I will finish off the last little bit of the moon and then go into the beads. I have been able to put a couple of beads in throughout because they've been really in line with the rest of the stitches, and there's not been other beads. Where I haven't beaded is when like I think here there's like a drop, and I've got, you know, it's one of these beads that needs to go there, but then there's also like 5 other beads that go on top of it. I'm not just going to do one random bead. I'd rather do the whole thing with all the other beads because I suck at counting and placing beads, so it's just easier if I do it all together. I have only a little bit left of stitching. No, I don't. I actually have a fair bit of stitching left in this, sorry. Clearly I wasn't ready to pack it away even though I did. So I have only a little bit of the blue to round out the moon, and then it's a couple more of these flowers to go through. I will say these, I think it's Karen Water Lilies is the variegated, these two, the blue and the multicolor. And then this Petite Treasure braid, as much of a annoyance metallic threads are, Petite Treasure braid is completely different, I think, compared to like Krynic. But they would have to be some of my favorite colors for them. This color, I have my iced coffee in the way, sorry. This color combination of thread to Petite Treasure braid, and then like this variegation on the blue from the Karen Water Lilies, like they are probably my two favorites colors of each thread supply, dyer, company, whatever that I've stitched with so far. So I am a bit sad that this one's going to be wrapping up, but I'll just have to find another reason to use them, I guess. Anyway, that's Luna Mystica. Hopefully next time you see it as well, that will be finished. So we're going for at least one finish, potentially two. Next up, I have a finish for now, which is the Dark Queen. Firstly, in my Autumn Lane Stitchery bag that I got from the Black Needle Society vault that I stayed up to 2 a.m. to buy. So this is up to date. This is one project that I do like to stay on top of just because it is so big, and like there's no pressure if I can't get it done, but I do like to, because then it's a manageable piece each month. Sorry, just had a coughing fit and I thought that would be much more pleasant off camera than on. So here is parts 1 to 5 of the Dark Queen of the Earth from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I am stitching this on 32 count Nightshade Opalescent Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics, which is one of the 2 chosen called for colorways. I have spoken about this before, but I kept it in line with my Dark Queen of the Earth, and I did stitch that on the called for Bewitched in Opalescent. So I've kept them the same in the event that I want to finish them together, because I finish things apparently. But yeah, like that one has like a really vibrant blue and purple, so I've gone the vibrant color. My heart loves the other color more as like a color, but I love how this is turning out. So this is up to date. So part 5 was this whole section here. The mushrooms, the flower, the tree, the vines, and then this little stem of log. Now, one thing that I have done, and I thought I was going to change it, I don't think I am. So, story time. I stitched this with the called for silk lame, whatever. I'll show you. Probably pronouncing it wrong anyway. This silk lame. Oh my gosh. There we go. So that's the called for. And then we also have this other wonderful color for later down the track. This is what they look like side by side. This is like a soft, it's not as like glittery as this one. It's quite soft and, as the name says, silky. Really nice to stitch with. My stitches look horrendous with it. We don't care. We're not striving for perfection. So that silk lame color is in here, and then I believe it's in here and here. And it's also supposed to be in here. However, I have stitched it in the other one, in the other Petite Treasure braid. And I thought to myself at first that I had stitched this right and this wrong, but I think that I've actually stitched this wrong, and I just don't care. I thought I would. I thought I'd feel a bit like, oh, I should fix it. Now I'm indifferent. It is mine. It is me. And like, you know, I trust Aaron and his process with color and shading. He's a genius. You can see it in the level of detail and the shading and all of that in this. This is my attempt at shading. So we're just going to say that the sun is hitting this log at different angles and it's reflecting the lights differently. We're going to go with that. It's staying. So this is the whole shebang. There is, I think from the picture, so on the pattern, the original pattern, if I can be bothered, I'll pop a photo in. On the original pattern, actually, I'll get it up on my phone. The shade, you can see the outline of the entire piece from what it's going to look like from Aaron. And it's like on the background. I'm sure if you've ever watched Autumn Lane Stitchery, you'll know that they are very big on the whole thing. So their booklets tell a story just on their own of their pieces. So you can see, oh, this is not going to work well. I might have to put a photo in. So I'll put a photo in. This is what it looks like. And you can see in this section here, there is also shading. So between here, there's probably going to be more forest and scene setting. And I kind of want to knock that out and just be done with the bottom. And I have a feeling that Aaron is going to do that and give us that last little bit as like one last manageable bit before we go ham on the top and, you know, the sides and her head and face. But I have a feeling like I think a lot of people want to move up a bit and do a bit more of that because it has been a lot of dense, heavy stitching and like multiple colors. And I would love to go up, but I think for me, I want to finish off the bottom and not have to go up and then go back down again and then go back up. So I have a feeling this is going to be Feb's section. So we'll see. Every time I've called it and said that I have a feeling I've been wrong. So, you know, we'll see. Anyway, that's that beauty. Oh, that's a mess. I'm just going to pack that away later. And then last video, I spoke about jumping on board with the Caterpillar Cross Stitch latest Stitch Along. It is the British Isle Adventure Stitch Along. It started yesterday, well, the 26th of January, but it came out at like midnight by the time the email came through to me. So I started it just before. I have been gifted this by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, this kit. So this is what it looks like in the pack. And as you can see, it's all blurred out. As parts come up, it will, the cover photo slowly does evolve. This kit comes with the beautiful called for threads. I have made a start on just one color. So what I have done is unwound here. Are we focusing? There we go. Unwound here. I've cut the size that I want, used what I need, and then I've popped it onto this hook. And then from here, if I do a loop start when it's 2/2, so that I will just use my needle to pull off the one strand that I need from here. I am going to go through the way that I've got the PDF. I work off my iPad. So I am going to go through, because the orientation on the color chart is the wrong way to how I work off it. I'm going to go through and actually write the symbols next to each number for it. Just so I don't have to constantly go back and check the PDF and like scroll back and forth between pages. But I think these are some very beautiful colors. That would have to be my favorite. I don't know what color it is. These are all DMC threads that are given, and it's obviously all the pieces that you need. And then some. I am stitching this on a 28 count even weave, which I've actually never used before. Loving it so far. And it's in a blue, pale blue, so I got fabric. And it also came with the needle minder. So here is my, I'll pop this up so you can see, here is my little start. I haven't done very much. This is the start of the check in the kilt. I was gonna say quilt, sorry. The start of the kilt, and this is the little London needle minder. And again, Caterpillar cross stitch one of my favorite magnets. And this is the needle that it comes with, which I actually don't know, a DMC branded needle. It's not like any of my other needles, and it's actually quite delicious to stitch with the 28 count, and like I couldn't use it on a 40 count, but that's actually fast becoming my favorite needle. And all I've done is like 30-ish stitches so far. So that's my tiny little start. If I can again, I'll pop a photo in here of what the first part is. It does have, my favorite one would have to be the lobster. I think that is a very cute motif. What I do love as well is that on the Instagram page and in the email that we've received from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, Sally has actually explained kind of a little bit about what each motif is, and then some facts. So in this one, there is the Blackpool Tower, kilts, Clifford's Tower, fish and chips, Edinburgh Castle, lobsters, and the Angel of the North. And then there is some really lovely little like statistics. I don't know why I'm trying this again. Statistics on everything, so it's a little bit of a did you know. So on top of knowing half of them, not all of them, I'm also learning, which is very nice. I plan to stitch that one into a pillow and give it to Tim's best friends. They lived in the UK for a couple of years, and traveled around a fair bit. So thinking something like a couch pillow or a spare bedroom, like a bed pillow or something like that. So I have no idea how to do that. That is going to be very fun. If you have any videos or guides on how to make a pillow when I'm ready to do it, hit me up. In my head, I think I know how to do it, and I think I could do it. I think it's pretty simple the way I'm thinking, but like I'm not sure. So, any tips or advice are very welcome here. Let me know. Trying to venture out of how I finish things, because I don't finish things at the moment, mainly. The other thing that I've been stitching is a little mystery stitch. It is a smalls exchange. I am stitching for the Gilmore Girls Spring in Stars Hollow digital retreat from the Black Needle Society that will be in April. I think I have until April or March to send it, which is great. The last two I haven't had the details early enough to whip something up and post it, and with the lockdown, COVID delays of shipping, like it was always cutting it too fine. This time around, the lovely Katie and Laura have given ample time and notice on the smalls exchange. I mean, I should have also thought ahead and known that there would be a smalls exchange, and there's going to be one probably for winter. So like I'll start working on that soon. I have stitched my small. I haven't finished it. I do have plans of doing a bookmark finish out of it. Again, no idea what I'm doing or how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to give it a go. I think I should be able to do it if it works the way that I can. My only concern is that if I'm going to be sewing it with the sewing machine, that if I stuff it up, like, are the sewing lines going to be visible? I tell you what, stitching a small for a smalls exchange is quite stressful and nerve-wracking. I do like nice knit stitches. I won't change stitches unless like they actually look like a dog's breakfast. But overall, like I don't care. Like I said, I'm not striving for perfection. Like this is a fun hobby. But when you're giving a gift of stitching to just anyone, like it's fine. Everyone is more like in awe of the fact that you've stitched something. If you're giving it to a stitcher, I feel like my stitches need to be nicer, because like we've got like the eye for what it looks like. And no, like I would never judge. Any smalls is going to blow my mind anyway, but like it's just a little bit of like pressure that I've put on myself. Anyway, that's just a little small thing. I'm gonna wait until that's actually been exchanged, like the person has it in a couple of months. But once I finish it, I'll kind of document it for myself so I can share here what I've done as well. I've done a lot of first for me on this this small, so I really hope it does work out. I already know what I want to do for the winter smalls exchange, which is very exciting. Gives me another reason to actually stitch it. So I'll get started on that at some point before I even know the box is out. Looking at my notes. Right, okay, so I have purchased some things that have come in. Apologies for the noise, but I'll give you a little bit of whirl of those. So I've already spoken about the turtle needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I got 2 more needle minders. Sally or Caterpillar do run like a little 3-pack combo thing, and I've had my eye on these ones for a while, so it was the perfect timing. Focus. There we go. So it is the little bee needle minder. Oh my goodness, I'm not good at it. See what I mean? How like magnetized that is? Here is the bee. And here is the book. So that just says be kind. If you can see it down the bottom. There we go, be kind. And then this one here has mystery, crime, romance, fantasy, and thriller written along the sides of them. No. I knocked my camera before and it's got a square on it, and so it's not gonna, oh, there we go. So they are a few of my favorite things. Like obviously I had to, Mrs. Honey had to get the honey, the bee, the turtle because Mr. Turtle, and then the books. So I've not left these ones on projects just yet, but I have been using them across the board. They come in these really nice little boxes too, so I've got those. And then I have purchased the supplies, the supplies and the chart for Holly Berry from Bella Filipina. So this is, sorry for the glare, this is Holly Berry. Hang on, I might be able to do it like that. It keeps getting my face in. There we go. Holly Berry by Bella Filipina. I'm not going to wait till Christmas to start this one. I'll just stitch it kind of when I feel like it. It is obviously a Christmas stitch, and there are like snowflakes around, but I can, like, I'm not going to change it. I don't think, like, I can still stitch those. Or I could, nah, I probably wouldn't knit them. I would stitch them. So there's her. And then I purchased all of the beads. There's a lot of beads. Kind of scares me a bit. Oh, no. Okay. All the beads. And more beads. And the cryonic. And I got it from La Taylor on Etsy. She operates out of Melbourne, and then has substituted one of the petite treasure braid, sorry, the cryonics for a petite treasure braid. So this is a variegated rainbow one. I reckon that's the wings, which scares me a bit. Anyway, so that one I am just trying to work out the right fabric for, and then eventually I'll start it just to get it in the rotation of things. So love that one. Just want to make sure I don't lose anything. So 2 seconds. Perfect. And then last thing I want to talk about is a birthday start that I'm going to do. So my birthday is the 21st of February. I know there's a lot of Feb people around that time, mainly the 22nd, which is the same in my world. There's so many people born on the 22nd of Feb. But February is an Amethyst birthstone, so I'm going to start Amethyst by Bella Filipina. I don't have any of the called for specialty threads or beads. I should probably order them. So I'm just going to make do with what I have for now and slowly kit up the rest. So I'll just start with like the DMC, etc. So I'm going to start this around my birthday at some point. And I am looking at, so the called for fabric has like the blue and purple. So I've pulled out some stash and I need to do a floss toss to decide exactly what fabric I go with. But the three options that I have are all the Color Cascade fabrics, 32 count Lugana and, oh, okay, that's a mix, 32 count, there's Lugana, Belfast and Jovelin. So this is the first one. I really should pull it out of the plastic because of the glare. I didn't think there would be any glare because I don't face a window. Anyway, this has a bit of blue to it, but it is a darker purple. So there's that. Otherwise, there's more of just a basic purple. I should explain. This is Luna. Mountain Hop. And then I think this might end up being the one just because it's closer to the fabric, but I'm not 100% sure. This is Lavender Fields. I wonder if this actually has a bit too much purple in, blue in it. Sorry, if you have headphones, sorry. Oh no, the more I open it, the... I think this might be the one, but if you have any recommendations on whether you think it should be one of the other ones, let me know. But I think this one. So I don't really have like a it's a mystery fabric. I don't really have a hashtag or anything. I just have plans to start it at some point in February. But if you are wanting to jump on board or have a reason to start Amethyst, let me know. Love for you to join me. I will eventually work everything else out and post about it on my Instagram, and I should be back before then with a video update. It might actually be the weekend after, but we'll see. I might yeah, probably be the weekend after because I think I have a wedding the weekend before, but we'll see. I think that's all from me. That's kind of everything that I have to show and say at the moment. If you have any questions on what I'm stitching, how I'm stitching, where I'm stitching, like where I'm getting things from, etc., let me know. Hit me up with a comment below or a DM or anything like that. Would love to answer any questions. I do remember that I mentioned I would do a little tutorial on like couching, which is a backstitch method that I saw used on the Dark Queen of the Earth backstitching, which I really loved using, and I found the presentation of that in the finished work like beautiful. Definitely looked a lot better than constantly pulling the backstitch through the squares, and you've got like the little gap where it, anyway. I haven't forgotten. I will still do one. The only thing is that I don't have a phone stand set up that I can film and stitch with, where it's filming me over my shoulder. So I am working on that, and once I've got that, I will then create a video on that. If there's any other kind of videos that you are looking for, or any other like tutorials or tips or anything like that, let me know. I am waiting on one delivery of fabric as well, where I'll have another start by the time I film next. How quickly do you think someone can stitch a fat quarter of a Quaker? A month? I didn't think that'd be possible, but I'm going to shoot to try and start and finish a full Quaker for my husband's grandmother for their combined 80th birthday. I posted, this is a bit random, sorry, I forgot about this. I posted on my Instagram story whether or not anyone had like a family sampler, family tree sort of Quaker or anything like that. I didn't really love any that I'd seen. The one that I did come across that I did like, at the time it wasn't accessible to me. It is the Schoolhouse Quaker by Stone Street Stitchworks. Shiloh at X Stitch MD did actually stitch this one a little while ago, and that was where I first saw it, and I knew when I had this idea, that was where I knew it from. So Salma of Stone Street Stitchworks has closed her Etsy shop, but temporarily has opened it for a month between transitions to her own selling website because a number of people were asking for charts. So that shop has become open. I have then been able to purchase the chart. I got all the initials from my father-in-law of what I need. I need to make a few modifications because I need 2 extra spots for initials on the chart, but I'm going to just do it all on the called for and again try and finish it as a pillow. My husband's grandmother has a embroidered pillow on a chair at their house, and I saw it when we went there at Christmas time. And then I had this thought of an 80th birthday, and just very sentimental lady. She loves everything like that, very proud of her sons. So I thought it'd be a nice little thing. I've always wanted to stitch something like this. It's not really my style in my house or my family style, but I can really see it as something that she would love. So it gives me reason to stitch it, which is what I love. So I'll be sure to share more about that one on my Instagram. So follow me on Instagram if you have it. Otherwise I will post an update for you when the time comes that I finally get the materials and stitch it. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent. I think I'm done. I think I'm all chatted out. I've got to get on to making a wishing well for an event tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you all and leave you. I wish you all happiness and love and joy, and thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you liked what you see and what I have planned, and you want to stick around and check me out again. I am a bit more regular in posting on Instagram, so follow me along there, but I will be back in about a month's time. Take care, stay safe and well, and I will see you all soon. Bye.